on a quiet street, porch light glow and a slow heartbeat. I've been holding on to what I can't fix, trying to untangle every what if. The day is gone but my mind won't rest, heavy thoughts on a tired chest. Then you draw near like the night wind does, soft and close. You don't rush me, you don't blame, you call me by my real name. I breathe you in and I finally see you're here with me. Moonlight mercy falling on my heart, healing the place that's torn apart. When I'm weak, you hold me steady, love so quiet but always ready. I let it go, I'm learning to be free under your moonlight mercy. Old regrets try to take the wheel, whispering lies that I start to feel. But the cross still stands where my shame breaks down. Grace runs deep on that holy ground. You don't count wrongs, you don't keep score, you open wide the mercy door. So I lay my burdens where your feet have been and breathe again. If tomorrow brings another fight, you'll still be my peace tonight. You don't leave when my faith feels thin, you hold me in. Moonlight mercy falling on my heart, love so quiet but always ready. I let it go, I'm learning to be free under your moonlight mercy. You're the God of gentle power, near to me in every hour. Not in thunder, not in noise, in the calm of your voice. When the shadows start to creep, you're the shepherd while I sleep. So I'll trust what I can't see, your mercy carries me. Moonlight mercy falling on my heart, moonlight mercy. I let it go, I'm learning to be free. Moonlight mercy over me, over me. Moonlight mercy, hold me close, I can breathe. Mercy, moonlight mercy. Peace around me, stay here, don't leave. Moonlight mercy. I held it in all day long, smiled like nothing ever went wrong. But the night knows what I hide, and the tears don't ask permission to arrive. I'm worn out from trying to be brave, from carrying more than I can take. Then your presence fills the room like quiet coming soon. You don't shame me for the tears, you don't vanish when I'm scared. You pull me close, you let me breathe, and I start to believe there's a calm after the cry. When you're near, like a soft sunrise after fear, when my heart breaks open wide, your mercy moves like a tide. I let it go, I'm safe tonight. There's a calm after the cry. Old regrets try to talk too loud, put a dark little cloud over holy ground. But the cross still says I'm free, and that truth keeps rescuing me. You don't keep score, you don't rewind, you don't leave the hurting behind. So I lay my burdens down right here, right now. If tomorrow brings the same old ache, you'll still be the peace I take. You're faithful when my faith feels small, you hold it all. There's a calm after the cry when you're near. Your mercy moves like a tide. I let it go, I'm safe tonight. There's a calm after the cry. You're the God of gentle power, close to me in every hour. Not in thunder, not in noise, in the calm of your voice. When my hands shake when I fall, you're the shelter through it all. So I'll trust what I can't see, you're carrying me. There's a calm after the cry when you're near. I let it go, I'm safe tonight. There's a calm after the cry when you're near. I let it go, I'm safe tonight. Hold me, I can breathe, stay. Calm after the cry, mercy by my side. I'm not alone, I'm alright. Calm after the cry. Evening settles on a fading sky. I've been holding back a tired sigh. My mind runs fast, my heart feels thin, like a storm I'm keeping in. But you come close without a sound, like peace on quiet ground. I don't need much, I just need you, and the world feels new. You don't rush me, you don't blame, you call me softly by my name. I breathe you in and I can see you're here with me. Stillness where you are, I can finally breathe, like warm mercy falling over me. When my worries rise, you pull them down, turn my fear into holy ground. I lay it all in your open arms. Stillness where you are. Old regrets try to steal my rest, whispering lies in my chest. But the cross still says I'm free, and that truth keeps rescuing me. You don't keep score, you don't turn away, you stay the same through every day. So I let go little by little, and my soul gets still. If tomorrow brings another wave, you'll still be the peace I take. You're faithful when my faith feels small, you hold it all. Stillness where you are, I can finally breathe, turn my fear into holy ground. I lay it all in your open arms, turn my fear into holy ground. I lay it all calm of your voice. When I'm weak, you lift my heart. When I'm lost, you light the dark. So I'll trust what I can't see. You're carrying me. Stillness where you are, I can finally breathe. I lay it all in your open arms. Stillness where you are, I can finally breathe. I lay it all in your open arms. Stillness where you are, stay close, hold me, I can breathe. Stillness where you are, mercy in my heart. I'm not afraid, I'm safe tonight. Stillness where you are. There's a quiet in this old farmhouse when the day is almost gone. Just a ticking clock and a worn-out chair and the hum of a distant song. I don't always pray out loud, don't always know what to say. Sometimes all I've got is a broken sigh at the end of a weary day. The fields lie still outside my door under a fading moonlit sky. And I wonder if my fragile words can reach that far on high. But you don't need a shout of faith to know what's on my heart. When heaven hears a whisper, soft as falling rain, when my strength is barely holding and my hope feels thin as grain, you lean close in the silence, you catch every trembling prayer. When heaven hears a whisper, you're already there. I've seen people pray like thunder with fire in their voice. I've seen mountains move in sermons with a bold and fearless choice. But I've also knelt in weakness with tears I couldn't hide, and all I had was help me, Lord, from somewhere deep inside. And in that small surrender, when my pride was stripped away, I felt a peace come over me that words could never say. For you don't measure faith by volume, you measure it by trust. When heaven hears a whisper carried on the midnight breeze, when my heart is tired and heavy, dropping to its knees, if you don't turn from quiet sorrow, you don't wait for perfect prayers. When heaven hears a whisper, you're already there. There were nights I felt forgotten, like my voice got lost in space, like my whisper cries for mercy never reached your throne of grace. But then I'd feel a steady hand calming every fear, and I'd remember you are closer than the air I breathe in here. If you can hear a sparrow fall, if you can calm the sea, then surely you can hear a simple prayer from me. When heaven hears a whisper, mountains don't have to shake. In the stillness of the night, in the spaces in between wrong and right, you are listening, you are near to every sigh, to every tear. Not a word is ever wasted, not a prayer is ever small. Heaven bends to hear them all. When heaven hears a whisper through the cracks of doubt and fear, through the silence of uncertainty, you make your presence clear. And I don't need 1,000 words to know that you still care. When heaven hears a whisper, you are there. So tonight I'll sit in stillness, let my restless heart grow dim, and trust the God who hears the faintest cry that rises up to Him. Even if my voice is shaking, even if my faith feels thin, when heaven hears a whisper, it reaches Him. Didn't plan on walking here, where the light feels far away, where the air is cold and heavy, and my hope don't wanna stay. I've been staring at the mountains, wondering if I'll ever climb, but the ground beneath my boots feels like borrowed time. The valley has a way of whispering that I've been left behind, that the God I sang about won't come to places like mine. But there's a truth that keeps on rising, even when my heart is weak. The valley still belongs to Him, even when the night grows dim, when the shadows stretch around me and I'm barely holding in. He is God of every low place, every tear, every broken limb. The valley still belongs to Him. I've seen rivers run through deserts, I've seen flowers in the dust, I've seen prayers get answered slowly when I thought they turned to rust. And I've learned the darkest seasons don't mean heaven walked away. Sometimes it's where He does His deepest work in a hidden kind of way. He don't always stop the thunder, He don't always calm the rain, but He walks with me through trouble and He carries all my pain. So I lift my eyes to Jesus and I breathe in what is true. The valley still belongs to Him when my faith feels paper thin, when the road is rough and rocky and the fear is closing in. He is mercy in the midnight, He is peace that won't grow dim. The valley still belongs to Him. Blessing meant no sorrow in my days, but now I know the shepherd walks with lambs through darkest ways. And the same hands that made the mountains and hung the stars above are the hands that hold my trembling heart with everlasting love. So if I'm walking through this lowland, I will not bow to fear, 'cause the God who owns the valley is the God who brought me here. The valley still belongs to Him, and He's not done with me yet. He's refining every piece of me with fire and with breath. He is faithful through the waiting, through the hurt, through every test. The valley still belongs to Him. If He rules the raging ocean, if He speaks and storms obey, then this valley is not greater than His name. If He conquered death forever, if the grave could not prevail, then my darkness has an ending, it will fail. So I will sing in the low place, I will worship in the pain, 'cause the valley is His kingdom just the same. The valley still belongs to Him when I can't see past the wind, when the tears keep falling nightly and I don't know how to mend. He is close, He is not distant, He is holding me within. The valley still belongs to Him. And one day I'll reach the sunlight where the hills begin to rise, and I'll look back at the lowland with new strength in my eyes. And I'll know the reason I survived was never me back then. It was Jesus in the valley, and the valley still belonged to Him. I've been walking through the fire with the weight of who I am, trying hard to keep it together, doing the best I can. There are nights I lie awake with worries I can't explain, and I wonder if I'm strong enough to stand through the rain. I've seen plans fall into pieces like a house built on the sand, but even in the breaking, I'm still held by your hand. When my grip begins to weaken and I feel like letting go, I am held by nail-scarred hands, hands that bled to understand every fear and every failure, every broken, fragile plan. When the ground beneath me shaking and I barely feel I stand, I am held by nail-scarred hands. I've tried to hide my weakness like you didn't already know. Tried to outrun my reflection in the mirror of my soul. But you don't turn from sinners, you don't run from shame. You stepped into my darkness and you called me by my name. The cross was never distant, it was always part of the plan. Proof that love would go to any length to save a broken man. So when the storm is raging and I don't know where to land, I am held by nail-scarred hands, stronger than my shifting and scattered stars in place are the hands that hold my future and won for me this grace. They carry every burden, they calm the fiercest sea, and they're never too exhausted to carry me. I don't have to fight alone, I don't have to understand why the road is sometimes broken when I'm held by nail-scarred hands. I am held by nail-scarred hands through the fire and the land, through the valleys dark and low, through the places I don't plan. There is nothing that can take me from the grip of the great I am. I am held by nail-scarred hands. When I'm weak, you are strong. When I'm lost, you lead me on. When I fall, you don't let go. When I doubt, you let me know that the cross was not the end. It was love that chose to stand, and that love is still holding me in nail-scarred hands. I am held by nail-scarred hands, gentle, firm, and faithful hands, hands that lifted up the fallen, hands that heal and understand. And when my final breath is taken, and before you I will stand, I'll still be held by nail-scarred hands. So let the winds come howling, let the trials test my stand. There's a peace that passes reason when I place it in your hands. And whatever lies before me, this will always be my plan to rest secure in nail-scarred hands. The road gets dark when the sun goes down and the wind turns cold and wild. There are voices in the silence trying to scare me like a child. I've been walking through the wilderness with a burden I can't name, trying hard to keep on moving while my heart is tired and strained. But somewhere in the distance I can hear a gentle call, like a shepherd in the night who won't let his lambs get lost. And even when I can't see clearly, even when my knees might shake, I am safe in the shepherd's shadow, held close where the fear can't go. When the wolves of doubt are howling and the winds begin to blow, you are near, you are watching, you are strong. When I am low, I am safe in the shepherd's shadow. I've known the sting of lonely places where the world feels far away, where the prayers I whispered softly felt like they just drifted gray. But you don't leave me in the valley, you don't turn your face from pain. You walk right through the darkest parts and you call me by my name. Your rod and staff, they comfort like a song I've always known. And I find peace in the promise that I'm never on my own. So I'll keep taking steps forward even when I'm weak. I am safe in the shepherd's shadow, underneath your mercy's glow. When the night is long safe in the shepherd's shadow. You prepare a table for me in the presence of my fear, and you pour out grace like oil till my soul can breathe in here. Surely goodness and your mercy have been chasing after me, even when I didn't want them, even when I couldn't see. So I will not be shaken by the darkness on the hill, 'cause my shepherd stands beside me and his voice is calm and still. I am safe in the shepherd's shadow, where the broken find their home, where the weary find their comfort, where the lost are finally known. You are strength in all my weakness, you are peace in every storm. I am safe in the shepherd's shadow. When I feel the night closing in, when I hear the wolves again, I will remember who you are, and I will trust your heart. You are the shepherd, I am your own. You won't abandon what you have known. Even in the darkest valley, you are leading me. I am safe in the shepherd's shadow, gentle hands around my soul. Not a place where trouble vanishes, but a place where I am whole. And no matter what tomorrow brings, His truth will never go. I am safe in the shepherd's shadow. So I walk on through the midnight with my head held a little higher, 'cause the shepherd of my heart is the keeper of the fire. And when the morning breaks in glory and the shadows disappear, I will still be standing safe in the shepherd's shadow, right here.